Wipe me down. No, right now.
Hey, Curtis. What do you think, Dave?
All right, to you.
I'll see you soon.
I'll see you. Smoke bomb is leaving the building.
Oh, did you start?
I did.
Oh, shit. Oh, shit. Hey, man. My name is Smoke Bomb. What's today?
It's the 6th of April, Sunday.
I've been 23 for 3 days.
Oh, happy birthday, by the way.
Go stream Hardwired. Thank you, Suo. Thank you, Vexed and Akari. Yeah.
You're 23?
Yeah, I'm 23 now.
Wow, we're on.
For 3 days. For 3 days. Wipe me down.
Damn. Oh, we're not that far off. Because I'm normally thinking, like, because he's normally 2 years younger. In like.
You about to die, nigga.
in like.
Just turned 24.
In like some months, yeah. In like some like 5-6 months or something like that. Some light. Some light. Hello, everybody, and welcome to the UD Raw live stream. Woo! Woo! I gotta get these headphones. Would you recommend using that mic to record music?
What, this one right here? Yeah. Actually, I don't know. I haven't tried it out. Hey, man. My name is Smoke Bomb. Go stream Hardwired. Out now on all platforms. Ah!
Oh my god.
Peace.
Well, that woke y'all up, I hope. I hope that woke y'all up. You as well. Hey, guy. All this screaming and doing is hello? Hello, 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 hello. All right now. All right now. How is everybody doing? What's going on? My name is Kurt Donovan, and we are here on the UD Raw live stream. Hey, can I help you? So this is the stream where we have these streams every Wednesday and Sunday, and on these streams we essentially talk about things that are circulating around the community of the underground, as well as we interview and hang out and play games and make music with the artists in the community, as well as we talk to and interview different people who work in the music business, in the music industry, people who are music marketers, people who are experienced artists, experienced creatives who have made a career out of their art. And that's what we do here. And we just give a platform to the artists so that they can express themselves, so that they can connect with like-minded artists like themselves and actually connect with a potential core audience. And that's the whole point we're doing with Underground Developmental. Pardon me. We help artists grow, we help artists develop, we help artists make a career out of their art, and that's the whole point of what we're doing here. And we wanted to do that more, and that's what we're doing with this showcase as well, with these live streams, just helping develop the artists and helping the artists just get interviewed and talk about themselves and really connect to a core audience from who they are and their personality and the things that they go through and the values that they have. So really just connecting in that way. And within that message, within that mission of helping the artists grow and develop, we have a great guest today that we're going to be talking to, interviewing Promo God. He is a music marketing expert on social media. I have been watching him, and so have a lot of artists, especially artists in our community as well, have been watching him and his content as he helps independent artists learn how to make a sustainable career, learn how to grow their music, learn how to grow a fan base and create a fan base. So definitely are super excited about talking to him. If you guys are here and watching, if you guys have any questions that you want me to ask Promo God, let me know right now. Let me know right now. Um, Last Wednesday we had SBN Studios, who is also a music marketer as well. You can check out that interview. It's live. It's out right now on the UD YouTube channel. So make sure you guys tap in with that because it was a great fucking interview. It was a great conversation that we had together. I asked him a lot of questions, really based around our community at UD as well, like based around what are issues dealing with the creatives that we have and what's stopping the creatives that are in our community from growing. And a lot of the creative artists are very genuine and very artistic artists and who kind of get turned off by the idea of content, who kind of don't want to be looked at as a certain kind of artist and really are more into the actual making music process. So I asked him questions directly with artists who don't like doing certain things that artists need to do in order to actually grow a fan base, in order to actually get yourself out there, to push yourself out there and really market yourself to grow your fan base. So it was a great fucking conversation, and I just asked questions on from the perspective of an artist who is in our community as well. So I think it's very direct to the very genuine and authentic artist, and I'm so happy about how that turned out, and I think that adds so much to our platform because obviously we're in Jersey, so that only limits us to do so much when it comes to things that are in person, but we have technology and we can fucking just having these live streams are an ability for us to connect with people who are outside of the state, people who are nowhere near us, to be able to connect with them and have them help develop the artists in our community, have deeper conversations, and gain value in that way without it having to be from people directly from New Jersey or New York or their overlapping areas. It could be whomever from any area with a Wi-Fi connection and a phone, because it just gives more ability for us to connect with people from around the world. So I'm super hype and I'm super glad that we're doing this now and just like connecting with different music marketers so that our audience can tap in and really get a chance to directly connect to the people you watch on Instagram, you learn from on Instagram, and ask them direct questions that can help you and your music career as well. You know what I mean? So yeah, I am excited to talk to Promo God today for our special guest of today's live stream. It's going to be great. It's going to be amazing. He's going to be on the stream today at 8 o'clock p.m. So make sure you guys stick around for that time. We're going to be just talking amongst each other and conversating amongst each other until then. But for right now, but yes, that's the time we're going to be doing the actual interview with Promo God at 8 o'clock. So make sure, what the fuck's my bag? Oh, make sure that before then, you guys let me know some questions that you want me to ask him because we're going to be chatting and I need questions. I want to know questions for you guys as well. Like I have questions that I want to ask him, but I also want to know what the community of UD wants to know about just general questions about how you can grow yourself as an artist, things that you want to know in order to push yourself as an artist. You could check out some of his content beforehand just to get a sense of like what he talks about. So just anything that will help you with your career. This is Underground Developmental is a platform for you guys as artists to be able to grow your career and actually grow a fan base and make this something substantial and develop yourself in multiple different ways. So having somebody who actually helps and teaches artists how to um, build and does it successfully is very valuable, is beyond valuable to our community. So I definitely would love for you guys to stick around for that section of the stream. And yeah, let me know any question that you guys have as well for that as well. But we could get into some news as well because we have some news circulating around um, the UD shows as well. That's something I also want to do a lot more with these streams, like open it up with just talking about different topics and different things circulating around the community and UD in a whole as well. Give me 1 second. Okay. So, as you guys may know, we are now where is it? As you guys may know, we have to change. Well, how do I put it? We switched up the venue. We had to reschedule UD 38 to a new venue and a new date. So now it's going to be April 26th at 94th Street, Jersey City, New Jersey. And if you got a ticket from us, your ticket is still available. Your ticket is still able to use for the 26th show. And if you need any assistance or help with anything about the show, just contact us, just DM us, and we will accommodate you and help you with any way. Yeah, and it's kind of it's a lot of, it's not ideal to have to last minute because we're a week away from our date that we had previously from the 12th. It's not ideal to have to change the date and location last minute, but the whole point of doing these shows is to be able to, it has to make sense, and we have to put our best foot forward in a way that we're not just switching locations and just rushing to get things together to actually do it. What's more valuable is to actually take more of our time to put the shows together, to really put together something that's very good. It's something that means something. It's something that has value, rather than just trying to throw together shows just for the sake of throwing together shows. The intention and the meaning and the value of it means so much when it comes to whatever you're putting together. So that's why we wanted to actually take the time to really make sure that we have a complete show and not just switch venues last minute without knowing that we're going to have a complete show, as well as just paying an exorbitant more amount of money for a new venue as well. Is just not something that's sustainable for us, because when you think about it from like the business perspective, if we're paying money that we're not bringing in as a business, if we're just like spending an exorbitant amount on different things like the venue, like the like an abundant amount of staff, then we're not making enough to where this can continue to run as a business, as a brand. So we always have to make sure that we're not doing more than we're capable of doing, so that we can actually give actual value to the artist. Because at the end of the day, regardless, we don't need to be at a super prestigious looking venue that costs an enormous amount of money in order to create a quality show that has an enormous amount of value. So that's always something that's at the forefront of my mind when it comes to doing anything with underground developmental. Like, what's the value that we're providing for the artist? What's the benefit that we're providing for the artist? Because it shouldn't just be something we're just slapdashing, just putting shows on just to put it on, just for the sake of just putting it on. The whole point is like every step you make should be a step in a direction um, that gets you somewhere, that builds you forward. You shouldn't just do things just to do it. Do something that is beneficial. Um, do something that's beneficial to somebody. So what we wanted to do, instead of just, well, we had a venue that we could have swapped to in order, and it had the same date with it, but it was just so far out of our price range that it just doesn't make sense for us as a business to do that. And in order for us to uphold what we're trying to do and continue to do it, we need to make sure that our overhead is low, in the sense of the money that it takes for us to do certain things. The money that it takes for us to do shows, is high overhead. It's the biggest overhead of anything you could have, because you have the venue, you have the staff, you have to buy all of this different things. So it's a big kind of thing, and it's definitely not something you want to just rush and just put out just to put it out. You should take your time with that, and you should make sure that it's something substantial. But what I love is that we created different platforms within the UD platform that can continue to grow the artist without having things that are exorbitant for us as a business to be able to help develop an artist, because there's so much to help develop an artist that rivals that there's so much that we could do within this room, with just our phones, that can give you a bigger fan base than performing at 100 shows. So there's so much that you can do in order to actually develop artists. So one thing that we definitely didn't want to do was kind of put ourselves in such detriment as a business for the showcase. So instead of going to another venue that was more expensive in order to keep the date, we wanted to push it back and do it at a venue that's smaller, yet it's more affordable, and it's more accessible by train, and it's more what's the word? It's more intimate as well, where that's something to where we thrive in a very intimate setting, as a very tight, intimate community of creatives. So I think it works very well, because then we could do more shows and have more funding to do more, and to help the artist actually grow more, and to actually give more energy and value to the artist, and not just throw artists on the stage for a show, just to do it. There's so much that we can do in order to develop an artist. Like, and if the events is the only thing that we're doing, there's so much that we're leaving on the table to actually benefit, to help the artist actually grow. Something that I'm going to put out soon is a schedule of the events that we're going to be having at UD, and different things that we have implemented other than shows that help artists grow, is like this right here, like the UD live stream, where we have different artists and different creatives come in here, and we interview them, we talk to them, we have them express their story and the things that they speak about in their music and who they are as a person, and we clip those pieces of and we clip those sections and put it on Instagram, put it on TikTok, put it on YouTube, so that the artists are getting pushed out there more, so the artists are getting a chance to be heard in front of a bigger audience. And that's just one avenue that we have as well. And what I'm going to be scheduling and putting out on the UD page is a schedule of it's a calendar of April, and the things that we're going to be doing in April. We're going to have practices, which is rehearsals, which is essentially practicing performing on a stage. It's not going to be a show, it's going to be a practice where the artists in the community can come and be able to practice and get on a stage and touch the mic. And I'm going to be there, and I'm going to have other guests who are career coaches there to help guide the artists, help give them feedback, things that they could work on, things that they could actually improve on, so that there's some place where you can actually get better at performing. Not just, oh, I got to get better at performing on stage. Even though that is where you get better at performing, where you really like expand and start to expand your wings is at a rehearsal, in a rehearsal room. And a rehearsal is like dead in today, because so many artists, I see so many artists who are so big and have a fan base, and have a fan base on social media with their music around the world, and have never performed a single show. And now that tells you how much it's important to develop yourself on the other aspects, such as the social media content, such as the getting on streams to get content put up of you. The actual marketing and the promotional aspect is so imperative in terms of really growing yourself as an artist, to so much to where you don't even need to touch stage whatsoever. So, but but that's a ass backwards thing though, because as much as that's beneficial, um what's also very bad is to be an artist with a huge fan base with no stage performance practice. Then you do a show and you have 1,000 fucking people come to your show, and you fucking suck and you can't perform at all because you never have. So that's also something that you don't want to do. So that's why I think it's very imperative to have good development with both worlds, with the realm of the promotion and the marketing, so that you can gain the fan base, but as well as the actual skill and ability that it takes in order to really have some kind of talent and some kind of skill to show a fan base, so that that fan base is going so that that fan base stays over time. Because you could build a fan base, but that don't mean they're going to be there in a year. So how are you going to have longevity within this shit? How are you going to have some kind of ongoing longevity within it? Oh, did I name this thing the wrong thing? Shit, I named this live the wrong thing. UD Raw Live stream featuring promo guide. All right, there. Yes, what was I talking about? Um, yeah, so definitely want to um help the artist really get overall developed in multiple different avenues, developed in multiple different aspects, so that they're well rounded and they're actually developing as artists. They're actually making a fan base, making a career, and making their artistry something to where um it's substantial. And that's something that takes a lot of really just putting in effort to marketing yourself, to growing yourself, to create quality work within your music, within your art, and just an ongoing consistency of like really pushing yourself to really gain that audience. So that's something that we're pushing within UD. So I'm gonna be promoting. I'm gonna be putting out a calendar on the UD page that's gonna have dates for not only just the live streams that people can participate in, but dates for the show as well, UD 38, April 26th. But as well as a account like days where we could come together in the studio and do different things, like the practices and rehearsals where we practice performing, like I'm putting days where we come together and make music together, so that like collaborative sessions, collaborative community sessions. I'm gonna have days where we come in literally just to hang out. I'm gonna have days where we come in literally just to talk and connect and engage amongst each other. So that's like meetups, or like just like hangouts, just like shit to where we can develop on so many different senses within the community connection aspect, within the, oh, I'm gonna have days where we could come in and I'm gonna have videographers helping create content, like helping you guys create content and put content together. And just like, it's because it's hard for people to make content by themselves, or it's not as it's hard to be motivated to create content by yourself. So that's what we're gonna do, content days, just literally everything to where an artist can have development with every aspect of what they need to as a artist, as an independent artist, to actually propel themselves, to actually grow themselves. And this is something that's coming from an artist myself because um, just utilizing all the different resources that we need as artists to actually grow, to actually gain a fan base. So that's something that we've been implementing super heavily within UD, and that's what's at our core and what's at like the heart of UD. And um, so yes, so we rescheduled the UD 38 date, and it's going to be April 26th, Saturday, April 26th at 94th Street, Jersey City, which is also cool because it's more accessible. There's mad trains nearby that are walking distance. Yeah, so it's a really dope spot. It's only like 20 minutes away from the old spot as well. So super excited to get into that and get that going as well. But yeah, so what we're doing in terms of that is like, we also have been interviewing and talking to the artists who are performing at that show. We have a fucking stacked ass lineup of artists with that show as well. But we also have so many different elements for different artists to be able to partake in order to actually grow as an artist, to where you can grow substantially coming to UD, even if you're not performing. In the sense of, at UD, we're going to have content creation. So there's going to be different sections, different spaces where there's going to be people who are shooting content, and you could be able to just get on there and they're going to shoot the content of you. So there's different series of content, like interview series where you could get a quick interview, live performance, no, performance content series where you could get in front of the camera and you could play your song and they'll take a performance piece of content for you, and then we'll send it to you, like edit it and send it to you. There'll be a content piece of explaining your music, explaining your lyrics. So just different pieces like that where you could get on in order for people to connect with you as an artist. And we have just those elements to help artists to where we're creating the content for them essentially, and it just gives them more abilities to be able to post on their page for their audience to be able to connect with them, because we post the videos, we also collaborate with the artists as well, so that it's reaching not only our audience but their audience as well, and to be on their page as well. As well as career coaches are going to be at UD 38 as well. So there's going to be sections where you can speak to career coaches, which is one-on-one, like guidance from a experienced career coach. And mind you this, there's nowhere else you can find this, because like it's only $20 to get into UD. And within that, you not only can get on the open mic, you can get content shot of you for no additional charge. You can talk to experienced career coaches for no additional charge. Like, getting content shot of you, it would be like a lot of money outside of here. Go and ask somebody who's like a big like music marketer or somebody, let me have a consultation with you. See how much they tell you to pay, they'll charge you. So it's like we're offering so much like dope shit for artists to be able to partake in for like nothing. Not nothing, because obviously as independent artists, fucking $5 is a lot of money, because independent artists, we're fucking broke. So any bit of money is a lot of money. But that's why we keep it so we pack so much value into the show and have it so cheap so that artists actually have that ability um to do these things without spending money that they don't have on shit that may or may not work. So yeah. And yeah, so that's what's super fucking dope about it. We're adding more career coaches as well to be here at the show specifically, but it's gonna be people like who we have on the stream here today. Promo God, who is an artist, no, who is a music marketing expert. $20 a month. So it's not $20 a month. It's $20 for the ticket to get into the show. Um, that's what we have it for now. But all the other things are free. Like if somebody wanted to get on a live stream, it would be free. For when we have the practices, it's gonna be free. When we have the content shoots, uh, for the UD content shoots in here, it's going to be free. So all those things are free. The only thing that you have to pay for is to get into the event, the UD like live shows. And UD 38 is April 26th, and it's $20 for a ticket to get into UD 38. And within that you get the content. You can sign up to perform. We have a live stream podcast where we interview the artists, different content series, different career coaches. So it's far above and beyond just performing, because I mean, even if you perform, we still shoot the performances and post it on social media for content. So every bit of what we do at Underground Developmental is just meant to push the artist the most, in order to just capitalize on every bit of what we do to get the most for the artist, to push the most for the artist. So yeah, that's primarily what we're doing with the showcase. And a big part of what we just implemented with the streams is having bigger music marketers on the streams as well, for the artists to be able to connect directly to. And I'm going to interview them, and that's similar to what we're doing today. I'm interviewing a very prominent music marketing expert on social media by the name of Promo God. And I've been watching his content for a long time and just gaining information and knowledge on how to grow yourself as an artist, because I'm an artist. So I've always just been trying to learn more information, just how to grow, and just got a lot of really great and useful information from him to actually learn how to grow myself. So it's I'm very excited to be able to speak with him and be able to talk with him. But you could find people literally just like him at UD, at the live shows of UD. Yeah, you find people like literally just like him at the live shows as career coaches who are there to have literally one-on-one consultations with you guys, because it's a different environment when you're watching like somebody speak about something versus you directly asking them specifically, what do you think I should do based on my specific situation? You know what I mean? So that's why it's a great opportunity right now. You guys can comment in the chat any questions that you may have to ask Promo God to help you directly. Like you guys directly learn how to grow yourself. Like if you have any direct questions that you want to ask about how you can grow yourself as an artist, and you could be specific like me, at like utilizing your exact situation so that you can see how you can grow from there specifically. And that's what's great about having the ability to ask these people directly and have those direct consultations rather than just like watching their videos, because then you can ask them what they think you should do in your specific situation. So this is somebody who has over 200,000 followers on social media, on Instagram, from just helping, just talking about how artists can grow themselves, how artists can create a core audience, how artists can make a career out of their art. So it's definitely a valuable conversation to be had. I'm super excited to speak, to have this conversation. I'm like tongue tied. Have this conversation as well as an artist because like there's so much that I also want to learn, and just ask in order to, you know, because I'm also an artist. So that's the shit that I'm going to also gain knowledge from as well. So I'm really excited for this conversation. All right. So make sure you guys get your tickets right now to Underground Developmental 38. We got myself performing. We got Bella Donna, Smoke Bomb, Trey Button, um, Wylamar, Anixia, Ibn Ali. Dope fucking lineup. One of the most stacked lineups of the year. So make sure y'all come. One of the most stacked lineups of UD period. So make sure y'all come through, and yeah, we have tickets available right now, online on our Posh. You just gotta click our link in our bio on the UD page if you wanna be a part, meet the community, meet the artists in the community, and really get as much value as you can as an artist in order to really grow yourself and really grow a fan base, really grow a true core fan base. Um, and just this conversation that we're gonna have tonight alone is going to be so beneficial in helping like the artists really learn how to grow even more and just really learn how to make a core audience. And that's something that I've been honed in on as well. Like as an artist, just making sure to nurture the core audience that I have built and that I am building. And that's something that I think is very beneficial for you guys to think as artists, like who is the person, who are the people who are in your core fan base, and how are you nurturing them? Like there's certain artists who I think are so talented, but they don't ever post, they don't ever talk to their audience, they don't ever connect to their audience. So it's hard for me to be a fan. It's hard for me to be a supporter because there's not much to support. There's not much to connect with. So make sure that you guys are engaging and connecting and growing your core audience, and that's with posting on social media, that's with live streaming like how we're doing right now, that's with just different elements and different aspects to actually grow your audience, and not only just grow your audience but keep your audience there, because just because you grew your audience don't mean that they're not about to just dip out if you just so happen to just not give them nothing to support. You have to give them something to support. um, yeah. 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 I am excited today. Special guest. Special guest. Are you guys excited? Because I am. Oh, brother. All right. I don't see no questions, y'all. You got any questions, Ashley?
I'll come back with one.
Huh?
I'll come back to you with one.
You said the what?
I'll come back to you with a question.
Okay, I guess. She wasn't ready. She wasn't ready. 100. Engage with your fans. Absolutely. Absolutely. Engage with your fans is super imperative in order for you to keep those fans and make sure that they feel appreciated and feel heard and feel seen and feel, um, like you pay attention to them as much as they pay attention to you and appreciate their support. You know what I mean? So that's definitely something that's super imperative, when it comes to building an audience and building a fan base, and not like slacking off of that, because it's hard to build an audience when you're not engaging with your audience and you're not talking to your audience and giving them something to speak to you about, give them something to engage with. You know what I mean? That's a big aspect to it for sure. So that's why I like to give myself. That's why I like to create schedules and create an ongoing consistency with things. Like when I wanted to do the live streams, I was like, okay, let's do them on a consistent day. Well, I have multiple days that I could do consistent, so now we do them on Wednesday and Sunday. So now it's like, okay, I have a consistent day, so regardless, I have a specific day that I'm going to come in and continue to work on this streaming and continue to build this and continue to get better and consistently work towards this and consistently talk to the audience so that there is some form of you're getting better every day and it's not just stagnant. Does he have any ads campaign for Twitch? Does he have any ads campaign for Twitch? No. You talking about promo guy? Does he have any ad campaigns for Twitch? I know that you could do ads on Twitch. Speaking of Twitch, I gotta get on Twitch. I'm streaming this on YouTube, but it's just a more significant way of growing. Like it's like a better reach on Twitch for different live streams. So like you could like similar to how TikTok is. Like it's more significant. It's like easier to track your content, and it's easier for discovery. But yeah. So I gotta get this shit on Twitch ASAP. Does he have an ads campaign for Twitch? I'm not sure. I could ask him. That could be a good question right there. Does he have any ads campaign for Twitch? I never knew that you could have ads on Twitch, but if you can, then I'm about to start doing them. Because I think the streams are very substantial in terms of really in terms of the connection aspect of it. Like I think there's a different level of connection when it comes to people sitting and watching you stream, and I think it's the best way to connect with an audience is to talk to them directly, and it's hard to talk to them directly if you're not in the same fucking room. What do you think, Ashley?
What were you just said?
Say what?
What were you just said about in general? Because I'm excited to see what promo God has to say.
About what?
Just like on how like you should promote yourself and everything.
No, absolutely. Yeah, I have some.
I mean, cut you off, but I'm excited because the conversation you had, I don't know if you remember, but the conversation you had with Nehemiah from SBN Studios went really well,
Yeah.
and it was very informative. So I like this new segment on the lives.
Oh, like the interviews?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's more like I kind of just want to have a guest for every stream.
Mhm.
Like, because I think it's more focused that way, and that could also be sort of like, like every stream we have a flyer with a specific special guest. Like it could be multiple guests, but say what?
The letters.
Oh, it could be multiple guests for sure, but I think just having it to where it's at least one guest on the show so that we could talk to as well would be really cool. So we could have a section where we are addressing the crowd and addressing like different topics surrounding UD, and like the underground community in general, as well as speaking to somebody, like whether it be like an artist in the community, whether it be like a music marketer or like an experienced artist, something like that. So definitely, definitely. But how are you, like, what are you trying to, like, what are some questions that you would want to, like, in terms of social media, like social media growth in general? Like, pull up though.
You put me on the spot. I'm in the middle of something. Hello, everyone. Hi. I am excited excited to see like I don't know, like to see what he has to say about like how to like reach a bigger audience online. See if he has like any tips I haven't heard before, and yeah,
What are you trying to do online though? Like tips about what? Like what are some
like
questions
how
that
to
you?
reach like how to reach my bad, this just threw me off.
Like it.
Um, how to put our content that will reach a bigger audience than just like my followers. Yeah.
Mm. I hear you.
Mhm.
Well, not just how to reach them. It's more like how to engage with them, like how to connect them to the content.
Yeah.
Cause no, yeah, but I would assume you would know that though.
Well, there could be different ways. That's
But
why I
what do
want
you
to
do
see.
in terms of doing that, trying to like get the different people to actually like engage with your shit and follow you?
I'm sorry.
Huh?
Repeat that.
What do you do in order to try to do that?
Like, what am I currently doing?
Yeah.
Well, I need to post more content, but I tried something new, which was doing like the behind the scene thing, like showcasing like behind the scenes of like what I'm doing, and that seems to like really be more engaging to like people, because it's like I'm showing them the process of it was like a process of like a photo shoot and like the editing and stuff like that. So that's like a good way that is like I found is a good way to like damn, I cannot talk right now. It's a good way to keep like people like engaged and like actually follow, and excited to see what else is going on.
I'm talking about more like in terms of like how you do it.
What do you mean?
You said the type of content. I'm talking about what do you do to try to reach like like different people.
Like making the content? Or I'm confused.
What do you how like you said you're trying to reach different people. Like how do you do that?
Um
What? How are you
I'm sorry,
trying to
I'm like
reach
all
new
over
people?
the place. Um by posting on social media. I don't know like
Oh my
what.
god, bro. Like what are you posting on social media?
um like videos of like what I'm doing. Like I'm a videographer, photographer, so I'm posting content of that as well. I don't
Okay.
know how to go through.
How are you posting it specifically to like cuz you're saying you want to try to reach new people on social media, but it's you want to learn how to reach new people on social media, but I'm saying how are you specifically posting on social media to where you're not reaching people? Like so obviously you got to change
What
that.
well the frequency of posting as well. Like I'm not consistent with the posting, so that's like something I know that I have to like hone in on, like the consistency of posting. Just forget it.
Yo, bro. I'm talking about like the how you're making the content. Like what are you doing to make like are you starting with a hook? Are you like that's what I'm saying. I'm talking about the actual content itself.
Okay, so like my most recent content, I have had hooks on it. So that's how I am like trying to like get people to like stick around and watch my content. Hooks as well as like visual hooks also. So like hooking people like that.
Okay. Is there anything
Like
else that you're
um
doing with it? Because I'm talking about the specifics of what you're specifically doing.
so like what kind of hooks I've been using and stuff like that.
What are you doing in the content?
Can we just oh my god.
Certain people will do things in the content like
People
focus
are
on the
calling me.
retention, like focus on the hooks, like like focus on the timing, like focus on the doing a voiceover to gain people. Like, what are you like
So
doing?
I'm putting hooks into the videos, which is like, um, for example, like the how did I create like this specific photo? So that's like something I've done, as well as voiceovers. Not just trying to like have a video playing of just like BTS or like whatever the video's on. Like I'm also trying to like have it more engaging where I'm talking, so it's like they could, even if I'm not on the camera, like they could at least hear me and like kind of connect with me in that way as well, even if I'm not on screen.
Um, well, yeah, I mean, a big thing about, well, that's what I'm saying about like what do you do in the content, because the type of content you make is one thing, but you could make any type of content work if you have like the right kind of, like, if you the like just the way you package it, just the way you make it in order for it to like work. So I'm saying, if you're trying to reach new people, you have to package it so that new people can comprehend what you're saying and have some kind of context as to what you're saying within that, so that they'll actually connect with it.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, you have to think about that, because I said, like, what are you, how are you trying to do that? And you're saying, oh, I make this. It's like,
Yeah. I was
you
confused
have to
on the
you
question.
have to but that's the part of it you have to think about, like the aspect of like, what am I doing? Like, you can't just make it like, oh, I'm gonna make a video explaining this. That's cool, that don't mean nobody gonna watch it.
Yeah.
Like, like how you're structuring the content to make somebody interested in it, like the same thing that um SBN Studios was saying, like
Mm-hmm.
how the um
Packaging and delivering of like what you're doing.
yeah, so that somebody can actually be interested in what you're saying, and like engage in what you're saying, rather than just like, yeah, face
Yeah.
card never declines. What does that mean?
Oh, thank you, Caleb. Like, do you know what a face card is? Like the way you look
Oh.
in your face.
Our studio lives replacing live videos, especially smaller cap, lower attendance shows. Our studio lives. I don't think so. I don't think so. Because I think it's a completely different experience from like in person to from a studio performance, like an online performance. I don't think. I think. I don't. I live videos. I think just streaming and shit is replacing live shit a lot, in terms of just like connecting with artists, um, in that way. But you can't beat like an actual experience at a show. Okay, it's 8 o'clock. Um, I'm about to get promo god on here. This Zoom call is supposed to start right now, actually. So I'm gonna get promo god on here. If you guys have any questions for promo god, let me know. Comment them in the chat, and I'm going to ask him them. So make sure you guys comment them in the chat. I'm about to get him. I'm about to start this Zoom call right now. Testing, 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 testing. Starting this Zoom call right now. Start it up. Start it up. All right. Just gonna move myself.
Hey,
Hey, what's going on?
can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
For some, let me see. I think I might have to restart my computer. It's not. 1 second.
Okay.
Yeah, let me restart my computer and I'll be right back.
All right, I got you. All right, he went to restart his computer. So yes, once again, you guys, comment in the chat some questions that you guys have for Promo God. This is your opportunity to ask anything that you guys would like to know, especially any questions that you guys have directly about your artistic journey as well. So if you guys have anything that you want to ask him directly about your guys' artistic journey, how you guys can grow as an artist, let me know right now in the chat what you guys want me to ask him. Any questions you guys want me to ask him, please let me know right now. Let me know, let me know, let me know. Is that the God for socials from a video perspective?
Hey, can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Awesome. Yeah, I can hear you as well.
All right, cool. Just fixing the camera right now. All right, cool. All right, how are you? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are you?
I'm doing really well. Doing really well. Um, So I just wanted to say thank you once again for being a part of this. This is the UD live stream that we do for our community of artists. We've been growing our community of independent artists for the last 2.5 years and just giving them a platform to grow themselves and develop themselves and really just grow a fan base. And your content is something that I, as an artist, have been just watching, similar to a lot of other artists in the community as well. So definitely is a big pleasure to have you on the stream, just to have a chance to have a conversation with you and talk to you about just different things that we can learn in order to grow as artists as well, because you already teach so much about those topics. But I just wanted to get a little bit into about who you are as well. Oh wait. Oh, you can hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Yep.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I just wanted to start out by just getting a little bit into who you are to start it off. Yeah, so what inspired you to do what you do now in terms of just helping the artists learn how to grow themselves and just grow a career within their music and their art?
So I started out as an engineer, actually. I was
Nice.
helping a lot of artists engineer their music and just showing them how to mix and master their music and upload it to that piff and stuff like that. So I've always kind of been around music just because a lot of the people in my city were making music and I was around them trying to help them, push their music forward. So I essentially got into it that way. I was an engineer and I slowly started to pivot over to social media content where I was posting advice. And once I started doing that, a lot of people started hitting me up, to do their marketing. And that's kind of how I started.
Oh, nice. That's dope. So, how did you start getting traction within the marketing on social media, like the helping with the teaching people how to market their music?
So I started posting like videos telling artists that they need to market their music and they need to, do other things besides just release the music if they want to be successful. So I was like one of the first people to start talking about marketing in the music space. So essentially, I started posting advice and
Oh,
can you hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
Okay, yeah. So essentially, yeah, I essentially just, help people, with their content and stuff like that just by posting advice, and my advice got out there, and that's how like people started knowing about me and started checking out my content.
Oh, that's really cool. When did you start putting out the content?
It was probably around like 2012, 2013.
Oh, okay. Oh, that's cool. So you got it like onto it like fairly early onto it because I know you said you
Yeah.
were one of the first. That's really dope. Um, so being somebody who was one of the first into the spaces, into the music marketing space and on Instagram, what has changed in the years since it first started?
Well, when I first started, you could kind of just say like basic stuff to people that, hey, you need to market your music or you need to build a team and stuff like that, and people would kind of gravitate towards that. But I feel like right now you can't just give that same advice as you would back in the days because, more people are awakened to music marketing. So it's like most people know everything that you have to do. So it's at the point where you have to always give them, advice that they haven't heard or, they're not thinking of and, giving them practical things that they can do to further their career.
Yeah. No, I hear that 100%. Yeah, that's interesting that you say that as well because I seem to have the same mentality and thoughts as well when it comes to the content within our community because a lot of the community that we've built is a lot of really genuine and artistic artists who kind of are not inclined with the aspect of the like maybe turned off to the aspect of like making content as well because they
Hmm.
love the music aspect of it so much and I always kind of try to make the content based around how can you create and how can you promote even if this kind of promotion kind of turns you off and you're not very good at promoting as well so what's something you would say to an artist who's kind of not very inclined to the promotional aspect side of the music making, but is has phenomenal music?
So I would just tell them that, a lot of times when artists say things like that, they're usually just against content. A lot of artists don't want to post content and promote their music because they feel like it's gimmicky or it takes away from their music. But the truth is, you have to look at where people's attention is at, and it's currently on the phones, on social media platforms, and that's like what they're using to get their to figure out what's out there and what's made for them. So, if you're an artist and you don't want to promote yourself, you have to understand that well, all this is just a time in the moment that is not no longer, like social media is not always going to be there as far as like Instagram and Facebook. Things evolve. So you just have to look at this time as like a time in a moment where you need to use these platforms to build your audience and get ready for what's coming next.
Yeah. Yeah, no, for sure. Building the audience is definitely the crucial part of it, like the making that aspect like grow. What would you say are some things that you've seen help artists build their audience and actually grow a core fan base to where they actually support the artist?
So I would say it's a few things as far as like content, just having a content based around your music and what you stand for, and just essentially painting a picture for your audience about what your music is about using content, And another thing that I've seen work that's really well is a playlist, building your own playlist. Like if you're an artist and you want to build your audience, something you can do that would really, really help you achieve that is create your own playlist in which you base it around your niche genre or interests that have to do with your music. And then you add your music to the playlist alongside a bunch of other artists that you sound like, and then you run ads on that playlist using visualizers, you can get a lot of traction that way. So those are the two things that I've seen work really well. People who can create content based around their interests and values that relate to their music, and then people creating their own playlist and running ads on them.
Yeah. Yeah, I saw you speak about that in one of the pieces of content that you created as well. And I thought that was a really good way to do that. So, would you recommend to um, just add music that's in the same genre or add music that's morally in the same general like topic of what the song is about?
It depends on the playlist. So you want your playlist to either be based around interests that relate to your music or a niche genre of music that is similar to yours or that you're making, and just essentially use that information. I mean, run ads towards other artists' audiences that also make similar music to you or align with the type of playlist that you're making, and then just run ads essentially to those people.
Nice. Yeah, no, I think that's fantastic. Um, as somebody who shares advice on how artists can market themselves and grow their fan base, what's something that you've seen artists implement? What's advice that you've seen artists implement that they've had success from that you've seen like directly?
Advice that I've given them.
Yeah.
Well, honestly, I've seen artists essentially like they'll put out a lot of content, but their content is all over the place. It's like, one picture is about what they ate, another picture is about, who they're with or what they're doing, and then like everything they're posting is like just not based around the same niche and interest. So stuff that I've been telling artists to do is instead of having your content all over the place, come up with some interest and topics that relate to your music and just keep posting content based around those things versus, having a variety of content. Because the reason why I say that is because the algorithm, favors consistency. Once they know what type of content you're posting, they know who to put you in front of. So, advice that I've seen work really well is just me essentially telling artists instead of posting content about random things all the time, come up with two or three topics that relate to your music and just keep posting content about those topics.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's great. Yeah, keeping the focus on a specific topic for sure.
Mhm.
Um, what's something that you see that a lot of artists do that a lot of artists do with the intention to try to grow, but it's a mistake that they shouldn't do?
Um, a big mistake I would say is when they're trying to grow is a lot of them chase virality. They want to just become, they just want to go viral as possible instead of, try thinking about longevity and trying to, build the audience that will stick around with them for a long time. So instead of chasing virality and, trying to go viral, what you should chase is, authentic connections and conversions to people who listen to your music. So that's probably one of the biggest mistakes that I see artists make is chasing virality versus chasing a core audience.
Yeah, and the core audience is gonna be there ongoing and be there to like support them as artists. Um,
Right, correct.
so in our community that we have in New Jersey, we have a lot of artists who are working towards making their music a career for themselves and having a fan base that's going to uphold them in order to have a career off of the music. Um, what's what are some things that they can do in order to uphold a fan base, whether it be they have 20 fans? What's something they can do with those 20 fans in order to just continue to make them even more core supporters of them and have them stick around?
So what I would do is kind of like I wouldn't say Discord, but having like an email list and a text messaging list where you're like communicating with them consistently is one of the best ways. So if you have fans, even if it's just 20 fans, you want to go direct to consumer with them. You want to, text them, you want to email them, you want to keep them engaged in what you got going on, by sharing, stuff that is exclusive to them in that mailing list or that text messaging list, and just essentially keeping them a part of your journey by having their contact information and consistently communicating with them.
Right. So just keeping consistently in contact with them and engaging with them consistently.
Correct.
Okay. No, absolutely. Um, within that same within that same breath, what's something that they can do in order to gain funding to their fan base, such as like selling merch or like ticket sales or such like that?
Honestly, when as an artist, you could sell merch and stuff and do what people are what the average artist is doing, which is definitely possible to sell a lot of merch. As far as like when you're touring and you're doing shows, you can sell a lot of merch at those shows. So I would say for artists, there's not really that many options as far as like what every artist is doing. You got merchandise, you got tickets, you got features, you got sponsorships. But something that I would do to take it a step further is create my own services as an artist. If I was an artist and I knew how to mix and master, I would have my own separate website and channel based around mixing and mastering, and giving people advice based around some of the things that I knew how to do as an artist. So if you're an artist and you know how to graphic design, or if you're an artist and you know how to mix and master, you can turn those skills into services that you can service other artists with and make a lot of money, so you can use that money to fund your career.
Right. Yeah, utilizing all the skills that you got as an artist for sure.
Right.
Um, what gave you the when I watch your content, I definitely, especially for how long you've been doing it as well, the longevity of you of teaching artists how to market themselves. Um, that has to take some sort of passion and to stay with it in the longevity. What gave you the passion to help artists learn how to grow themselves?
Honestly, ever since a kid, I loved music, and I always knew I wanted to be around music somehow. But I also loved marketing, and I just loved like getting people's attention and building, communities based around your values and your interests. So like it was always just the love for music and just wanting to see, being a part of artists' successes, because I always like I would always watch, music videos and listen to songs that I really liked it, and I was always wondering, always kind of like fantasizing about helping artists get to that position. So I just kind of like had love for the music and just wanted to, help artists that I felt like were talented, reach success.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that's fantastic, and definitely as an artist myself, and as somebody who runs like an artist community as well, it's definitely something that's so beneficial and monumental to the artists who gain that value within that for sure. So I think you're doing something very special. Um, we're live streaming this right now on YouTube, and we have some of the community in the chat right now who are asking some questions. I just wanted to ask you some of the questions that we're getting right now.
Okay.
Um, One of the questions that we have is how do you convert smaller viral moments on socials into plays, even when your song is featured in in the content?
So one of the best ways to do that is actually with conversion campaigns. If you have a piece of content that's going viral for a song and people are really liking it, you can do a conversion campaign on Meta.
Oh, it started freezing a little. Oh shit. Hello. Oh, did we lose him?
Hello?
Oh, I can hear you now.
Okay, yeah, sorry. I don't know what happened.
Oh no, I was just out for a second, but it's good now.
Yeah, so I was just saying, artist, if you have a piece of content going really, really well, you want to run a conversion campaign on that piece of content to direct people towards the landing page where they can play that song. So meta conversion campaigns is a great way to take music that I mean, content that's already going viral and retargeting it towards people who are, want to listen to it on Spotify. Because the problem is, like, if you go viral organically, the platform you're going viral on, it's not optimizing to take people off the app. They're not optimizing to, leave the app because, obviously Instagram and TikTok, they want to keep as many people on the app as possible. So that's why sometimes when you go viral with content or organically, you don't get that many streams because it's not optimizing to take people to Spotify. So what you can do with conversion campaigns, you can optimize that piece of content that's went viral and trigger people to go on Spotify and play the song versus just staying on the app and engaging with the video.
Yeah. Yeah, no, because that's a big thing as well. Like getting the people to actually listen to the song and like stream it, not just like play the video and don't pay
Hmm.
attention to it. For the artists who are um, grinding every day to make content, but the content isn't converting for them, what would you say are some pieces of content that you see artists utilizing that work that they can incorporate to build their platform?
So one problem that I see a lot of artists have is the fact that they don't have good hooks in their videos. So the type of content that I see working right now is like content where people have like a random video play where like hooks people in and then they like play their song or do show their music video. But you got to make sure that that hook matches with the type of song that you're making. You can't just take like a random clip and do that with it. You have to find like a clip that's already going viral that matches the vibe of your song, and you have to use that as your hook for like the first 3 seconds. And then once people watch the video and they get past the 3 seconds, that's when you talk about your song or, play a part of your video or just direct people towards your music.
Yeah, no, absolutely. So like give them something to connect to the song. Not don't just like give them the song. Give them something that will hook them into the actual song itself.
Yeah, right. So you can take like content that's already gone viral within your niche and you can use that as a hook. And then, you can you can have yourself talking about your song at the end of the hook or, playing a part of your video or something like that. And yeah, that type of content really does well.
Yeah. Um, in terms of having longevity, do you think that the connecting the people to the actual song itself is going to build more long lasting actual like core supporters rather than just putting out the music that's just putting it out for just people to consume?
Yeah, I mean, if you're just putting it out for people to consume, people are not just gonna magically find it. So you have to like do your job to promote it and get it out there. So I would say, yeah, you would have to consistently, promote it to get that long-term audience and get people to consume it versus just putting it out and, waiting.
Yeah. How can artists who are um, say more artistic and true to the art, or say like old school in terms of promotion, how can those artists stay true to the art but also use smart marketing in order to grow their music and their platform?
Honestly, I would say like if you're a musician and you have to market yourself, I feel like that like takes could take away from your creativity in a sense because you're spending time doing it. So what I would say in that situation is find some people that you can bring onto your team that handle all the marketing and stuff for you, and you just kind of focus on music. But there is things that you can be doing, like going live with your audience, communicating with engaging with comments and stuff like that, just to, keep your audience engaged. But ultimately, um, you want to have a team that's doing this for you so that like you're not taken away from your creativity.
Yeah, absolutely. Um, would you encourage artists to utilize TikTok more to build the audience or Instagram more or
Honestly,
both?
I would use both for sure, but if I had to choose for most artists, I would say build on TikTok just for the simple fact that you can experiment a lot more with TikTok, especially if you're a new artist. Like you can experiment and shoot content that you like to shoot, versus like on Instagram, it's a bunch of mostly high quality content, more like highlights, of people's days versus, TikTok where people you can just post anything. You can have a simple conversation on TikTok and it could go viral. I just like the algorithm on TikTok a lot better. There's more
Yeah.
experimental, and I think I would side with TikTok.
Yeah. Yeah, I've definitely seen a lot of kind of more traction on TikTok with my music promotion than on Instagram for sure. Absolutely.
Definitely.
Um, what's a good schedule that artists in 2025 can follow in order to grow a fan base, say by the end of the year?
A good schedule as far as how much times to post and when to post.
Yeah, like how frequently, how consistency to post, how frequently to post music content.
So honestly, if you're undiscovered and you don't have a fan base, I would suggest that you post as much as possible because you don't have anything to lose. When you have no fan base, no one's gonna unfollow you because you're posting too much. So I would just post as much as you can. If I was an undiscovered musician and I wanted to become, famous, I would be posting 3 to 5 times a day just to get just to experiment and see what type of content is working for me before I double down on that specific type of content. So typically you want to post 20% of your content should be based around your music, and the other 80% should be based around things that have to do with your music that are more for explore tab. So like getting content out there that essentially puts you in the explore tab and grows your audience. And as far as like when to post, I would post between 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time because that's when everyone's awake. So I would definitely post as much as you can and try to post within those timelines and post content that you feel like can bring fans in that want to actually listen to your music.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that's fantastic. Yeah, to have that consistency and also do the content that brings people in. So, do you have any examples of the more explore page pieces of content that artists can utilize?
Yeah, so for example, if you're an artist that makes rap music or something like that, you can like shoot a bunch of freestyles. You can shoot a bunch of freestyles that are based around music, and you just displaying your skills. And a lot of that type of content, for example, hits the algorithm pretty consistently. So I would just find something you're really good at as an artist. So for some artists, obviously you want to put your songs out and make people a fan of your, actual official singles, but you have to take other things that you're good at doing, such as like freestyling or maybe comedy skits and stuff like that. And you want to post as much as that content as you possibly can as well, because that's what's going to put you in Explore tab.
Right. Do you think that is it a necessity to go viral in order to build a sustainable fan base to where it's a career for yourself, or can you do it without a viral moment?
You can definitely do it without a viral moment because if you know who your audience is and you're just posting content consistently for them, you might not go viral, and get millions of followers overnight, but you can get, 100, 200, 300 followers a day just by staying consistent and posting content consistently. And eventually you get to the point where you have, hundreds of thousands of followers and people that know about you. So I would just definitely say, like you could be successful without going viral. It just comes down to the consistency. You have to have a good output as far as how much content you're putting out and things like that, to get to that point.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. Because it doesn't need to be millions in order to have a actual career and fan base that's
Right.
somewhere decent, honestly. Absolutely. Um, so I'm not gonna hold you for too long. I'm just gonna ask one more question from that we have from the chat because we got a bunch of them. Um, let's see here. Are running boosts to your Instagram posts instead of full meta ads, is it good for growing your following to boost your content?
So if you run a boost post and you notice yourself getting followers, then it's not a bad investment. But the problem that with the boost post is like you pay a service fee of 30% if you're on Apple, for example. If you're on Samsung and you boost post, you don't pay that extra fee. So if you have a Samsung, I'm not fully against you doing the boost post because it could get you some followers and it could, boost your account. But ultimately, you want to run them through the ads manager on Meta because that's what's going to give you the most control and who to target, because when you just do boost post, you don't choose who's seeing your content. They're just pushing it out to who they feel like is the best uh, for it and or to gain followers. But with the Meta Ads Manager, you can target more precisely, and you can tell it who you want to show your content to, options, and you can create custom and lookalike audiences and stuff like that. So Boost Post is okay, but there's no retargetability, and that's kind of why most marketers don't do it.
Okay. Okay. Um, would you recommend to boost the post after you see it already getting natural traction, or do you recommend to just boost it even if you don't see it get traction just like right away?
Typically, I tell artists to post content organically first and see what's getting the most traction, and then take that piece of content and boost that one or run ads on that one.
Mhm. Okay. Yeah, I think that's probably the best way to do it, to see which one already works and then just give it more fuel to the fire. Honestly, I think it would be
Right.
the primarily the best way. Um, okay, cool. Yeah, I think that's pretty much all that I have for you. I appreciate you so much for joining us today and answering questions and taking time out of your day as well. And I think it's amazing what you're doing for the independent artists to give them the knowledge to be able to uphold themselves as independent artists, honestly, and be able to grow themselves as well. I wanted to also just give you the floor and to be able to say whatever you wanted to say. If you wanted to give any advice to the independent artists we have in our community, if you wanted to let them know a little bit about what you're doing as well, you have the floor.
Okay, yeah. So the one thing I wanted to talk about is our TikTok workshop. I'm doing a TikTok workshop pretty soon on my Instagram, promo_God33. If you guys are interested in coming to the workshop, definitely come by to my Instagram. If you have any questions for me, if you feel like I didn't answer something all the way correctly or efficiently enough for you, you can ask me on Instagram any questions and I'll get back to you as fast as possible.
Absolutely. I appreciate you so much. Thank you so much for joining us today.
I appreciate that. Yeah, I'll stay in touch with you guys. I like what you guys are doing, and send me some clips of this. I'll post it on my Instagram, and we'll go from there.
For sure. Yeah, I definitely want to stay in contact. Thank you so much for being here.
All right, I'll catch you guys next time. Have a good rest of your day.
All right. I'll see you.
All right.
All right, you guys. Hold on. Hold on now. All right, you guys. That was Promo God on the UD Raw live stream. Hey, man, we have big guests here. Great guests. Amazing guests. Got a lot of dope information. Got a lot of really. That was a dope conversation. Had a lot of really dope information on that as well. I tried to ask as many questions that I got from you guys in the chat that I could read as well. Yeah, man, I'm super glad. It's that's crazy after like watching somebody's content and then like being able to talk to them directly and just like ask them things as well. Um yeah, man. I'm excited. I'm happy. Make sure you guys, yo, make sure y'all, if y'all here, make sure y'all run that fucking interview back. Make sure y'all take that game and apply that game because he done dropped some game. Like he done dropped some game, bro. So that's what I'm saying. Like, and he also fuck with what we doing as artists. So let's show them what we can really do. Let's show the marketers and the people like that who are actually support what we're doing, that we're taking this seriously and that we're like pushing ourselves and promoting ourselves and making um, big artists out of ourselves and making ourselves sustainable artists and really creating something out of this artistic expression that we do. Definitely, yes, definitely rewatch that. He definitely did drop some gems in some game. I'm trying to think of the gems in game that I could also reiterate on here. Flip it back and reverse it. What's it called? But no, yeah, like just some game on the content that we could be making in the ads, and that's a big thing. What he said as well with the 80/20 on the 80% of the content is supposed to be to get people to come on and follow the page, and for people who are on the explore page to discover the page, discoverability content. Um, like showcasing your talent, showcasing your skills, trying to reach a certain demographic and audience, and then the 20% of the content is promotion and actually promoting people to check out the music as well. So that's something that what's something that we're gonna do here on the UD Raw live stream is every marketer that we talk to and interview, um, all the game that we get from them, we're gonna implement it and move forward with it. Like the subtle little game that we get, we're gonna implement and move forward with it. Like we got some game from SBN Studios, got some game from Promo God as well. So definitely, we definitely got to utilize the resources that we have here because they people are fucking with what we're doing with UD and just developing the artists. So we got to take that and really just implement the things that they're trying to help us learn, to really grow ourselves because that's super fucking dope. Like that people, especially like somebody like that who has over 200,000 followers, taking the time out of his day to speak to our community, to directly speak to us. Yeah, man. And just like help us, just uplift us, and just help us with our journey of growing ourselves as artists, because we all have the same mission. Like within his platform and our platform, like we're just trying to develop the artists and help the artists grow and give them every um thing, give the artists everything they need to actually benefit, which entails of the education aspect which he provides, the live performances, the content, the career coaching, which is that's like career coaching essentially as well. So yeah, man, I'm fucking super like appreciative that um people support us like that in that way, to where like people who have like huge platforms like that can really support, to really support us and really like support the creatives in the community as well. That's fucking dope, bro. That's fucking amazing. I'm super glad. How you guys feel about the conversation with Promo God, man? I saw a lot of y'all niggas must know Promo God or something, because this is a lot of niggas. It was a lot of niggas in here for that. Y'all seen how many motherfuckers was in here, Ash? There's a lot of motherfuckers in here. Which I like Promo God more than me? Is that what it is? I was waiting to sip this Corona. I wasn't gonna sip it during the interview. Yeah. Good stuff, y'all. Good stuff. Good shit. Good shit, you guys. Um, yeah, man. I had a lot more questions. I just didn't want to bombard. I just didn't want to bombard. But like, yeah, like I think we could do more of these questions, more of these like interviews and such, so that we could like just really get the most education that we can as artists, because it's so monumental to actually just like learn how to uplift and uphold ourselves as artists. That's a huge part of the development aspect, like actually learning how to build ourselves as artists, actually learning how we can take our career and push it. Um, in terms of making the content, in terms of upholding and uplifting ourselves, and actually like creating a fan base, and the branding and the marketing, um, and the just the promotional aspect to actually grow that fan base, and the development aspect to get better at certain things, like the performance, like the interviews, like the um, music, like the actual artistic aspect to it. But as independent artists, as indie artists, we have to uphold ourselves and be our own label and be our own manager and be our own videographer, be our own fucking everything. So that's why you have to be able to dip your foot into every fucking pool to be able to uphold yourself as an artist. But what's great is that today we have so many resources that make it so easy, like social media, like well, for promotional aspects. There's not many aspects out here in order to develop yourself, other than places like Underground Developmental. That's about the only place now, isn't there? Just about. Yep. Make sure y'all come on down. Underground Developmental 38 is I'm all over the place, aren't I? Is April 26th. I just wanted y'all to know. I just want to let y'all know. Similar to how Promo God would be considered like a career coach in this aspect. We have other career coaches who are going to be live at the show at UD38 as well. So I'm excited to have people like that there so that you guys could speak with them directly, and it'll be a more direct conversation where you guys could ask them about your journey and your career as an artist specifically. So that's something that's super dope that we're having at the shows as well. Fortunately, you guys are around. Nah, facts. No, yeah, because that's what's needed as an artist. That's what's needed for. That's what's not prevalent in terms of the underground community, or really like the artist community in general. Like platforms where it helps develop the artist all the way around. Like you'll find platforms that are like performances and certain things of that nature, or like different, like one thing or the other, but you don't really find where it's the development on all aspects, where it's um helping the artist in every aspect grow, and as well as giving the platform to grow on. So just multiple different things that we're doing here. We're gonna have more interviews with different marketers. Yo, make sure y'all tag um, marketers. I'm gonna put up a post. Make sure y'all tag the marketers you want to see us talk to, and we can just contact them and see if they're willing to be on the stream so that we could speak to them directly, which would be super fucking dope, because I'm loving talking to the music marketers on stream so that we can get a direct conversation to them with the community. Yeah, super excited, super thrilled about this conversation and how this went down. Make sure you guys as artists are pushing yourself and building your community, building your fan base. Like Promo God said, in terms of building your audience, like you really have to really engage and really talk to them and speak to them, like with things like live streams like we're doing now, like promoting content that's engaging and talking to your direct audience so that you can actually speak to your core audience. Because when you're building your core audience, you have to make sure, you have to nurture your audience. You have to make sure that they are getting engaged with, make sure that they are like getting spoken to. So definitely keep pushing. Definitely keep pushing. Run back that interview for sure. take out your notepads, run back to the interview, and while you're at it, run back to the last interview as well, because that was also chock full of fucking game as well. Just giving game all day. The next UD Raw live stream is going to be this upcoming Wednesday, right here, Engineer Underground Stew. We're gonna have some special guests. We're gonna announce a special guest this week. We have also rescheduled or had to reschedule the UD 38 show that was April 12th. It's now April 16th, and it's now in 94th Street, which is this building, 94th Street, Jersey City. This space is also mad accessible by train, plane, whatever you take in. It's accessible. It's only like a 5-minute walk from the nearest train station, so you could get here. And yes, April 26th, it's a Saturday. It's a stacked fucking lineup of dope fucking artists, and from the community as well. And we also have so many different avenues for artists to be able to grow with the content, career coaches, community, just so much we have. Make sure you guys tap in, and let's really build together. Let's grow together, and let's make these motherfuckers proud that they come in here and supporting us, like bigger marketers like Promo God and like other big marketers that come in here and showing us love and coming here and showing us support. So let's really take that and run with it. Let's really push ourselves and make ourselves, promote ourselves as artists, really build ourselves up so that, you know, we could really show who we are and really show like what we're doing. Yeah, man. So I appreciate y'all for coming on the stream. It was a great stream. Success. I appreciate you guys. And I will see you next time on the UD Raw live stream on Wednesday at 7 o'clock. Be there.